Probably we're kind of like a gatekeeper in that we're trying to distill down a lot of information, a lot of different products, a lot of different ideas, and so we're making some decisions about what might work for the geography that we're actually covering. A good example is the work on trying to get winter canola established. And as a result, a lot of work by Oklahoma State University, Kansas State University, their extension specialists working on all of the various ideas about that, but then you fill in with the actual technology as far as the seed technology, in this case Roundup Ready technology, also conventional seed, various chemicals that are needed, the agronomic practices, all these things that are different than what a wheat producer normally does. There's a learning curve, and there are folks that are very resistant to that, and as we talk more and more about it, they get more comfortable. So that helps us convey that message. And a lot of times you have to kind of repeat it several times before they say, oh, maybe I'm willing to try 40 acres out of their 2,000 acres of wheat and try making that change. So we really see ourselves as kind of a helping the early adopters feel a little bit better about the whole situation they find themselves in, as well as those that are kind of on the mainstream, bring them along with other elements. Obviously the extension folks play a big role, the companies themselves play a big role, but then the other element are those farmers, and we kind of help bridge some of the gaps between all of them. This last year, we had the sign up earlier in 2009 for the ACRE program, Average Crop Revenue Estimate program, which is a part of the 2008 Farm Law. Initially, when the experts, the economists and all, ran the numbers, did the Excel spreadsheets and everything, they said it wasn't a good deal for the southern Great Plains. Didn't make sense for wheat, didn't make sense for cotton, didn't make sense for really most of our crops in this part of the world. Well, we had high wheat prices in 2008. We had falling wheat prices from those high levels. We had crop problems galore. And suddenly in May and June of this year, in 2009, we saw the ACRE program make tremendous sense to wheat producers, historic sense of where they could make $50 or $60 or $70 an acre payment from Uncle Sam if they signed up with the ACRE program. And so we started communicating that. We talked to some individual farmers who had figured that out. We talked to OSU ag economists that had figured this out and run a lot of numbers. There were other calculators from Texas A&M, from K-State had some calculators, and we really played it up a lot on radio. We played it up on our website, and bottom line is Dr. Michael Dix, who's an economist at Oklahoma State University, kind of gave the high compliment to a couple of media sources. We were one of them, and saying this was historic in that you never have as many acres signed up for a new program as we had with ACRE in Oklahoma in 2009. It was just unprecedented. That makes you feel pretty good. I think, we obviously are helping producers make choices on a regular basis that impact their bottom line. We feel that, I don't know if the terminology of change agent is as accurate as that we're really helping provide that information that helps them make the decision to be a change agent, to be making those, I guess, adjustments in their program that will help them make money, help them survive, help them get to the next crop year if they've had a bad crop year or they've had a bad production cycle because of low cattle prices, whatever it is. One of my colleagues had said that at the end of the day, we bring hope to the producer, to that rancher, to that farmer. It gives them information, but we're able to convey it the way we're able to convey it, the fact that we're there on a regular basis, that they trust us, that when we're able to convey something to them positive, they see it as a hopeful sign. Radio's changing. Like obviously everything changes. Down through the years, and I've been in Oklahoma since 1977. Probably over the course of that, since 77, I've been on probably at least 100 radio stations with our ag programs of one sort. A lot of them have been sold, a lot of them have been moved from rural areas into kind of the fringes or into the urban areas of Oklahoma City or Tulsa, or even into the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And so the stations that are left, that sometimes some of them are great affiliates and carry a lot of our programming and help us make an impact. Others are reluctant to carry as much, so they're hard to make an impact in those areas when you've got stations only taking 2 or 3 of your shows a day versus the ones that take 8 or 10. So, we see that, we saw it even when I was at the Oklahoma Agronet, the Clear Channel in the mid 2000, 2004, 2005, 2006. In that time frame, I started looking at how could we give some of the information we're already generating, that's already coming across our desk, how can we get that out to farmers and ranchers? One thing we tried, and have done for over 3 years now, is a daily email. We keep it real simple. A lot of them are getting, are very fancy, got a lot of graphics. They're a little more of they're a bigger document as a result. So if you're in a rural area, it's a little harder, maybe get them transmitted quickly to a farmer, because if they're still on some sort of a dial-up or their internet connection's not all that fast, it's harder for them to download something that's got a lot of stuff in it. So we keep it real simple. For our more technological folks that have got Blackberries, we don't have a lot of graphics, so that they don't get mucked up because of that with the Blackberry email. But we do have a lot of links. And so we provide links to our website. For more information on the story, they can go to our website and listen to the audio of all the interviews we do. Several of our programs every day, they can go listen there. And our email goes out to about 3,000 folks now on a daily basis. I have never gotten as much buzz about anything else we've ever done in over 30 years as what I've gotten from the email. There's not a meeting I go to, and this is no exception, National Farm Broadcasters, I've heard at least 5 or 6 people say, I read your email every day. I read it this morning, or whatever it is. President of the National Wheat Growers Association from Texas says, read your email this morning. Knew you're going to be here. All that type of stuff. Farm Bureau, Farmers Union, wheat growers, cattle, OSU extension people, congressional staff, lawmakers, you just name it, agribusiness folks. They really like that type of a format. It's not too far ahead of them technologically, like some of the newer social media. We do some of that too, but the email has been a home run for us. We've made money on it from our network perspective. We've got sponsors on it that have been with us consistently. We sell it for no less than 6 months. Usually it's a 12-month contract. Very consistent, very easy to of course, to service those. It's been a great tool for us. I do a little bit of Facebook. We do Twitter, and primarily the reason we do Twitter and tweet, or Twitter and twit. I don't know which, but we do. Primarily the reason I've done Twitter is that gives us a blog. I don't blog. The way we've got the people I've hired for our website, they don't really use the blog format or the WordPress type format. It's more of a conventional web, internet website. Does us a very good job for what we want. But through Twitter, I'm able to actually have a mini blog, and we've actually got that located on our website as well. So if I go to a congressional hearing or a state legislative hearing or a meeting, I can actually put 2 or 3 tweets up, and it shows up as 3 or 4 posts on our website. The people can follow that. If they don't want to follow us on Twitter, they can still see what's going on. They can see that we're somewhere, that we're doing something, and it gives that perception that we're everywhere and that we're covering the business of agriculture.